Hey guys, so welcome to the next episode of Lita Explores. Well, if you would like to call it that. But, so, New Year's Eve, since 2017, my tradition for New Year's Eve was always to stay at the gorgeous Henderson Castle Inn, which is one of it's known as the Jewel of Kalamazoo, and it's on the Registry of Historic Places, and it sits on the highest elevation point in Kalamazoo, and you can see the entire downtown. The history of the home began with Frank Henderson. Mr. Henderson was one of early Kalamazoo's most successful businessmen. He was the owner and president of Henderson Ames Company, and Henderson Ames made uniform regalia for secret societies, fraternal organizations, and the military. Mr. Henderson's wife, Mary, had inherited a plot of undeveloped land on the western edge of Kalamazoo before the company's large success, and Mr. Henderson dreamt of a grand suburb on this land. Allowing that dream to come to fruition, in 1888 he enlisted the help of surveyors, engineers, and landscape architects to plot the land and create Kalamazoo's first natural site plan. In 1890, Mr. Henderson was ready to build his home in his new residential district. The Hendersons had a grand housewarming party in 1895, and at the completion of the castle's construction, Mr. Henderson died in 1899. However, his wife remained at the castle until she died in 1907. And the castle was inherited by the Henderson children, and it wasn't until 1919 that it was sold out of the family. 10 parties have owned the Henderson Castle. Bertrand Hopper, president and treasurer of Kalamazoo Stationery Company, being the first. And in the 1920s, Hopper converted the brick stable on the property to a 4-car garage, and it's since been transformed into a separate residence. And after being vacant for several years, William Stufenbergen purchased the house in 1945 and divided it into several apartments. He and his family resided in one of the units. In 1957, the house was deeded to the First National Bank as the trustee, and the castle was considered for the Art Institute, but became the property of the renowned liberal arts school, Kalamazoo College, where the campus lies just a block south of the castle's grounds. So in 1975, Dr. Jess Walker bought the house and began a restoration process that continued under Frederick Royce, who purchased the property in 1981. He then was a guest star on House Hunters International and sold the castle and moved to Buenos Aires, Argentina in 2005. So Laura and Peter Livingstone McNeils obtained the house in 2005 and maintained it as open to the public. And it was purchased in 2010 by Robert Jackson and sold to Francois Moyer, who has it now, and he is a master chef. And he's continued the operation of the bed and breakfast since he purchased it in 2011. He started a fine French restaurant in the house as well as a spa. So the juicy part, it is one of the most haunted locations in Kalamazoo. And the first episode of Lita Explores, excuse me, I cannot talk tonight. So if you saw the previous episode of Lita Explores, then you saw the Mountain Home Cemetery. So directly across the street is the Henderson Castle, and actually before Main Street was in Kalamazoo, the Henderson Castle, well, the cemetery Mountain Home was actually the entryway for Henderson Castle. And the Hendersons are actually buried in Mountain Home Cemetery, but so another thing that kind of contributes to this investigation is the fact that it was New Year's Eve, and those of you that know me know I'm a little bit of a party animal. So Lita had a little too much fun after the spirit box session, but that's all I'm going to say for right now. Let's take a trip to the gorgeous Henderson Castle on New Year's Eve, shall we? Hey guys, Lita here. So it's New Year's Eve 2022, and so we're here at the gorgeous Henderson Castle in Kalamazoo, Michigan, my home sweet home. So not only has it been my tradition to come here and celebrate New Year's Eve for the past 4 years, but this is also one of the most haunted places in Kalamazoo. So there's A1 Printing downtown, which is also a really active spot paranormally, and the Mountain Home Cemetery, which I released that investigation this past week. And if you watch that video, there's some really impressive footage I've gotten from that. And if you hear the pounding, there's a awesome ball going on upstairs. And with that, earlier we played some 1860s music and did like a Victorian style ballroom dance, which your girl's not too good at ballroom dancing, we'll just say that. But yeah, it's a little party and a little paranormal, so let's get to it, shall we? Well, I sure look smashing, don't I? So yeah. Shall we do a little spirit box session? I think so.
Xbox. Game FM.
If there are any spirits here with me, I give you permission to communicate. So, I know that you like to play with radios and move stools and mess with the staff downstairs and in the kitchen. So this box is actually a device that you can communicate with me through. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me what year it is? Can you tell me who the president is? Can you tell me how you died? Mary Henderson or Frank Henderson or children, if you're here with me, can you make your presence known? Is that you that likes to play with me at Mountain Home Cemetery? Not really sure what that was, but that was a full sentence. That wasn't like a bunch of little clips scanning through radio, which many people, especially skeptics, might think, but if you're here with me, do you have anything else you would like to say? Sober? I am. Chilly it is. Well, there's going to be a big storm here, but to the spirits that exist within this room or this house, if you have anything else you would like to say, please do so, because I'm turning this device off. Okay, so next test. I don't know if it's because there's people bouncing around upstairs is why this light's going, if that's me going to debunk this, but yeah. But let's go explore a little bit, shall we? This house is beautiful. So I'm not exactly 100% sure on this, but part of me thinks that all of the energy that's in this place right now could really play part in any activity that I get tonight, because well, we played period style music that they would have listened to when the place was first built, and we did a Victorian style ballroom dance, which there definitely were people ballroom dancing back in the day when this place was built. One of the staff that was here actually told me that there was a guest who complained of something possibly being attached to these cherubs. And they wanted these removed from their room, actually. Right now we're about to go up to where the ball is in full swing. This is probably one of my favorite things about up here. So you access the top of the roof through a trap door. So when I was here back in 2018, there was actually a hot tub up here, but COVID-19 kind of canceled that. This house is actually on the highest elevation point in the city of Kalamazoo, so this amazing view is possible. Up here, you can see all of Kalamazoo, and over there is actually the cemetery that I released the footage for last week. And back down the staircase. Oh, this is going to be kind of hard to do with the camera. Boy.